Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We are back live on Twitch and YouTube. If you watch podcasts, just search for us on there. Search for Tom and Dan Live.
Yep. We hope everybody is okay. And then also we know everybody's cleaning up. And
be careful cleaning up.
Trying to get power back.
You know, I saw that story, Orange County. I saw that guy. He got out there and was cleaning up, minding his business, doing the normal thing. He got into some heavy water, and there was a power line buried in there, and it got him. You got to be careful.
Yeah. Just, I mean,
within reason. You know what you're doing out there, I think, but don't take on more than you know, or something that looks scary or ominous.
Well, you forget because you have for me, I have an electric chainsaw that I got.
You trying to brag?
Which is the P word of all chainsaws.
At least you got one. I don't have a chainsaw. I don't have a chainsaw.
Well, you don't need one.
I know, but I should have one. It makes me want one. I might go out and buy one today just because you have one and I don't have one.
What
about my Sawzall you have?
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Put a new blade on that thing, good as new.
But
that's a Makita, baby.
You need a cord with a...
I like to carry a generator around with me, or like a what do they call it? A power cell. A Jackery power cell.
But for someone that doesn't use a chainsaw all that often, you forget that you have no experience cutting a tree down.
Oh, my God, you just blew my mind. Is that why my car's gay? Because all electric tools are gay.
Yes.
So I have an electric car, boom, gay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It literally took me 4 years of having this car to realize that, because my dad hated electric tools. Electric lawnmower, no sirree. Not going to do it. If my dad knew you had an electric chainsaw, he would spit in your face.
So I was cutting down that papaya tree. And
I thought you weren't going to cut it. I thought you were on the fence, pun intended. I thought you were on the fence on destroying something that you'd worked that hard to. Like, you gave it life.
No, because it was going to fall down anyway. Yeah. It's the worst thing I ever planted.
Why do you
I don't need this stupid...
You have nothing but extremes with your plants. It's either all in, I love them more than anything, or all out, I hate them with every ounce of my heart. Why can't you just have a gray area with these plants?
So, as I'm cutting down this giant limb, Crystal and the boys are watching me because I made them pick up the
What do they stand out there like you're burying a pet?
And
that's how your wife treats plants?
And Crystal,
I saw she did a really hippie post this morning about hugging her oak trees and how they provide shade for all the animals in your neighborhood. And I'm like, the animals in your neighborhood are nuisance animals. They're raccoons and rats.
And as I'm cutting it down, Crystal's like, be careful. I'm like, I'm fine. And I cut it, and it falls like a giant clump of papaya falls on my head. It almost knocks me down off the ladder.
That made me laugh.
Because I didn't, I didn't realize.
That's called the island dum-dum. Whenever you have a papaya or a coconut fall on your head, you're an island dum-dum.
And then I'm like, I'm not familiar with cutting the way.
Tropical toppy.
Well, just the way you should cut a tree, the angles, I'm standing there on the top of a ladder with sandals on, it's just, you do those things, and then, could easily have hurt myself.
You got a little knot? You got a little stinger?
No. It's just embarrassing. I tell my sons.
Do they laugh at all or react at all?
They get scared about everything.
Yeah.
They fully
They've watched
expect
you almost die a lot of times, right?
Yeah. They fully expect to watch me die one day.
Now you could. This argument of mine is that you could make them tougher than even you are by simulating your death multiple times. The fact that you're pulling it out,
maybe
over years is going to do them more good. You see what I'm saying? Rather than just a real one taking it fast.
So a couple things. Yeah. I don't have too many storm stories because it did go south of Orlando, and it didn't hit us as bad as we thought a couple days ago. And it seems like for the majority of people in Orlando,
a little bit of power outage.
But here and there,
some wind damage, a little bit of flooding.
I didn't lose power, which is insane for my neighborhood because we always lose power. Do you think literally every storm that comes through?
Do you think that had anything to do with the fact that you've lost power so much that maybe they have done preparation in, it seems like it, because even areas around here that lost a lot of power didn't lose it. Also, you don't know this, but I looked up your house on the Duke Energy thing, and there were people all around you out of power. You were fine.
I heard generators in my neighborhood, so I know other people.
You got spared, dog.
But everybody on my street and around, all my neighbors, it was the talk of the neighborhood how we couldn't believe it. We were all like this. We've all I've lived there 14 years.
It made the bond stronger between the community.
My next door neighbors lived there 25 years. He's like, this is the first time we've never lost power.
Yeah.
Out of every the tropical
storms.
Things
are changing now.
3 days.
Things are going to change now.
I've been 4-5 days without power before. Yeah. Other hurricanes and tropical storms. Bad thunderstorms, I'll go 18 hours without power. Just a thunderstorm.
You know where my house is? One street over is Stu and Sue's son, fan of the show and BDM. He's out of power. Just one street over. It's weird.
In Baldwin?
In Baldwin.
That's weird.
And he's like the only one out. And
one house?
Yeah, we've had a lot of listeners that have said things like that before. They'll be like, everyone else around me, it's just me. It's like, oh, man.
That seems like the line going to directly, but it's underground. That's weird. There's one house.
Yeah. I think it's actually like a bunch, but not a big bunch. Just enough to make it annoying. It's like 4 or 5 homes. And then everybody else around there's fine. They'll figure it out, but...
I even feel bad talking about it because it's like when you say you've never lost power, then there's people still, running the generators and that pain in the ass. Believe me, my heart goes out to you. Because I was fully expecting to be on generator, sleeping in one room.
Let me tell you how soiled. Well, that too. Let me tell you how spoiled I am. I was today years old, and trust me, I hate that phrase. But I was today years old when I found out the generators, a lot of my friends use generators running on propane. I didn't know there was a thing.
Oh, yeah, they're a propane generator.
I had no idea that was a thing.
A lot of
Does it burn more efficiently than if you're putting, gasoline in there?
Well...
Are there any advantages to it?
The tank. So a lot of people that have, house generators that are, fully... Not the portable ones, but the ones
that... Generacs.
Yeah, the ones that are full, that power your full house, having a propane tank on the side of your house instead of a diesel gas tank is a lot more efficient, because they already have the infrastructure to deliver propane and stuff, and the diesel generator, that's more of a commercial thing, so I think the Durac ones or the house generators that are automatically kick on.
I guess I never thought about it.
It's all propane.
But yeah, that's what my mom had. Never thought about it. I guess I assumed that she was just going to go out there with a big old tank of gas and start filling it up?
Although my neighbor told me, they're like, oh, yeah, what it was is there was this in the Castleberry Woods.
Oh, by the way, everybody thinks they know what it is, right?
No, yeah.
I've been that guy. You share your misinformation with everybody.
Yeah. That's what, especially old people love doing that.
Oh, they love it. I let them go, too. I won't correct them. I'll let them spin a yarn.
Because they're not used to the fact that I have all the correct information in my pocket.
Yeah.
So
it's the ultimate equalizer,
Although the minute, small neighborhood information, hard to find and look up on Google. You know what I'm saying?
You don't get that anymore.
Yeah, you cannot find that. Yeah.
A little grittier, a little dirtier.
So my neighbor was like, oh, yeah, there was this tree in the Castleberry Woods that it was a transformer that would the tree.
That was my transformer noise.
It would always, the tree would always knock out this transformer, which would always...
but they left it there because they love that tree. Why would they keep it there? I don't believe the story already, old man.
And he's like, they finally cut it down.
After 10 years?
6 months ago.
No. This old man's lying to you. You should have punched him right in the face.
I got more mad. I was like, you're telling me 14 years I've lost power straight, and they finally cut down... I would have cut it down.
Hey, I had to get an injunction from the Castleberry board to go in there and cut it. They had to get an emergency injunction. You're lying to me, old man.
So another thing I noticed Wednesday when everybody was preparing for the storm to come through, right?
Yeah.
And
by the way, it's been long enough. Okay, we're 10 minutes into the show. Me and you, we're never planning for hurricanes ever again. We made a pact yesterday.
Oh, preparing?
Yeah. Never preparing again. Ever. Never.
Well,
we shook on it too. And Tom doesn't handshake most of the time. We left the studio. We shook our. We're never preparing again, ever.
Well, that is the ultimate dichotomy of preparing for storms, where if you take the time to get a bunch of sandbags or whatever, like I did, and then you put them up, when the storm is happening. In the back of your mind, of course, you don't want your house to flood, but in the back of your mind, you do are and I've said this before, you want the water to come up at least to justify the
it.
sandbag.
Test my work.
Just make it so
I want
all this work was
I want it to test
it,
and then if my handiwork is bad, I want it to back off. I want it to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, when it starts leaking, like, oh, no, I didn't want water. I just wanted my work to be justified.
Yeah.
Which is a horrible feeling.
Not the way it works either. But that's not rational at all.
No, it's stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid.
So anyway, Friday we're because like I was telling you, Crystal's mom and sister are out of town still.
I felt for you. You had double the maybe even triple the preparation, because I don't think a lot of people know that you were in care of in upwards of 18 different tropical birds. It's 18 now.
No,
right?
it's
literally like Tiger King, but with feathers.
It's 4 birds.
It's bird crazy over there.
I had some cats.
Macaw crazy.
There's
it's macaw crazy.
Well, there's tropical birds. Yeah. And then there's one with no feathers that I have no idea what that one is.
We call him Slick.
Yeah, that one is like some traumatized.
I think I'd like him the most.
It is disgusting.
So ugly it's cute. Ugly it's cute.
No,
pink.
It's disgusting.
Pink.
It's pink with no feathers, and it's like it's got feathers on its head because it can't rip those off, which makes it look worse.
If it could, it would do it.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're at Crystal's mom's house, and it's raining already.
Yeah. And what makes rain better is when 18 birds are screaming into your ears.
Birds are screaming. They feel the pressure in their bird bones.
They love it.
So they want to fly south or away from the storm.
They want to escape, but
they're in a cage.
But you guys have trapped them like Jigsaw.
So they're screaming. Anyway, so it's raining and we're moving. Another thing, I was gonna leave all Crystal's mom's plants outside because she's a plant person too. We talk about
birds
plants
and
all
plants.
The time.
Birds and plants.
They go together. If you're a bird lady, you're a plant lady.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But so I was gonna leave it all. I was like, let's just leave them. She's got a lot of plants like I do. I left all mine outside.
Well, but your greenhouse, you didn't even talk about it yet, but you should let people know it worked out fine, right?
It has a big hole in it.
Okay, all right.
I found the hole when I was blowing the leaves off the roof. I was like, damn it.
Yeah.
I got a hole.
You know the minor law, you know the bald-headed minor law guy around town?
Yeah,
He's one of the lesser-known legal guys, less aggressive than the main ones.
Todd Minor.
Todd Minor, the one up here, it blew a hole right in his mouth, so it looks like he's a trash. Like it looks like he's one of the Wolverine popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a Curb Your Enthusiasm about defacing a billboard and that getting more attention. I think old.
What is this? 434. The Todd Minor on 434. Hit it. You'll see it, and you will laugh.
So anyway, it's raining. It's like 5 o'clock Wednesday, right? All the stores are shut down, like Publix, Walmart. They all made the announcement.
I was a little disappointed in Publix shutting down.
They're like
I've never seen that before.
Sending our employees.
Winn-Dixie wouldn't do that. Winn-Dixie.
No, everything's shut down.
No, Winn-Dixie's strong. Winn-Dixie is strong. Dixie's strong.
They all send their employees so that they can prepare. Anyway, and here comes my BDM mailman. Walking down the street, right?
Is he working?
He is working.
This guy's a badass.
So, and he
don't they have a phrase for that, like rain, shine?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. So
he has the thing.
So he comes walking by. I'm like, hey. I'm like, you're working? He's like, yep. He's like, I'm like, I got to do my route. And then I'm like, right now during like everything's closed. McDonald's. Home Depot.
I was a little disappointed at McDonald's too.
Everything, and then he's like, nope. We are still out here delivering mail.
Do you want the motto? I got it.
Yeah. So I started. Okay, tell me the motto.
The United States Postal Service does not have an official motto. So I'm wrong. But the phrase "neither snow nor rain nor heat nor gloom of night stay these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds."
They live by an ancient oath.
Yeah. I kind of like that. We need an ancient oath.
Now, what I then realized, I was like, this poor man, BDM Greg, who's been my mailman for 15 years.
We love you, Greg.
He is delivering mail in the rain, and it's all garbage. He is delivering garbage house to house that no one cares about, right? Like no one, and by the way, no one expects. Like if you took a poll in like Central Florida and the surrounding areas right before the storm and asked everybody, do you expect the mail to be delivered today? no one would care. No one would be like, yes, I do. If it's not, I'll be mad.
I mean, I wouldn't be that aggressive about it, but I would probably say, yes, I would like it.
But everything else is closed.
Yeah,
But what do
I'm
you,
okay with that.
No, but what do you
Andrea's
need?
birthday gift would have gotten here on time.
No, well, that's delivered by Amazon.
That was my fault. I waited too late.
By UPS.
That was my fault. That was my fault.
Well, I knew that.
I procrastinated.
Yeah, had nothing to do with the mail service. But no, like, who needs the U.S. Postal Service mail to be delivered on Hurricane Wednesday? No one cares.
Yeah, I don't think anybody
But
does.
they still do it.
Yeah.
And I like that. It's old school, like rain, sleet.
Yeah.
It's they abide by their oath.
There's a new thing that bar
Which
owners,
is ridiculous, by the way.
There's a new thing that bar owners are doing, and I'm going to start doing this here, but it's not going to work for us because we don't really have any employees anymore. But you need to do this thing. The new thing now is to say, like, hey, man, we're opening up. But before you get in my ass, I just want you to know that a couple of our employees wanted to open, and they need it. So you put it back on them.
Oh, you're saying what Tiffany did.
No. Everybody did. Dude, everybody did this. Every single, hundreds of bars were like, look, we asked them, they want to work. Oh, God, genius. We could have been doing that for years. We could have been doing that for years.
Well,
and granted, there's going to be one person. My point is there's going to be at least one on your staff that's like, I don't want to come in.
Yeah. Well, I guess you need the tips.
You do.
Because you're living day to day.
Hey, we went down to Gators yesterday.
Yeah.
We walked down there to Gators yesterday, and man, that place was rocking and rolling, chicken wing crazy. And,
but if you didn't lose power and it wasn't bad, then you're just like back to normal.
Yeah.
I want my wings.
It was crazier than normal because I think people were relieved and like people were like tipping good because they're like, we survived. You know, it was like watching sports and drinking beers.
Yeah. You want normalcy as fast as possible.
You do.
So when the hurricane was, it does stink that the worst. It seems like the worst parts of storms always come through in the middle of the night, like at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
like,
that's where mine was.
It would be way more easy to deal with if it came by during your awake hours.
Well,
it
day
was
storms
easier
are
to deal
weirder. With. I remember having a day storm and sitting at the window in my current home and just looking at it and being like, it doesn't normally happen like that.
Yeah, and I don't know why. It's just a happenstance. It's just and most likely it's it probably historically it's all over the place, but it does seem psychologically like it comes in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
But so we did all our preparation. Now it's just like everybody, is like waiting time.
Yeah.
You just wait for it to come through, and you're watching the news, and they just have to fill time. I feel bad for them because they are like, you have to fill 24 hours, and there's only so much.
You also can't really have any levity, and it's a thing I was trying to explain to Maisie. Now, follow me with this. This is a hard thing to explain to a 9-year-old, but I was trying to explain to her how they can't joke around. Like, even if I was like, we have the luxury of even like making a couple jokes to like the family or like
we're not serious. We're not getting out information.
No. I mean, just in general as humans, like we can sit at home and watch this, and there will be some like normal. We'll make jokes about it. Make the best of it. We make the best of it. Right? They can't. They have to be serious. They can't make a joke. If some old man in the background of a shot slips and falls. As funny as that is, you can't laugh at it.
They have to be like, oh my God.
Yeah, you have to react to everything. Then I started watching the Weather Channel a little bit. Normally I don't watch that. And they've got this new thing where they've almost leaned into it where they have a human, and he kind of looks like Roger Waters or something. Like he looks like he's got a tiny Gable mustache.
Yeah.
And then they put a baseball helmet on him, and then they make him stand in the rain to show you what it would be like for a human. And I'm like, I don't need that. I don't need that.
Again, they're filling time.
No, but I don't need that guy, the baseball helmet, the whole thing. Yeah. We're laughing at you. Don't do that.
Yeah, I think they have to they're doing it on purpose. They're like...
Yeah, but it discredits you, to me. I think you're silly when you do that.
How much...
Anderson Cooper got hit in the face. You see that? I think Anderson Cooper's in a video where he got hit with a piece of debris.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's,
See if there's a video.
They have to fill so much time. I kind of feel bad that essing on them because like I couldn't have done a better job doing like filling 24 hours of the same over and over.
Well, I think the point is though they shouldn't have to do it. I mean, just put up the storm, Put all the pertinent information on the right-hand side as a scroll. If anything changes, keep updating. Pop in if you need to pop in. But you don't need to have somebody.
Well, you got to sell advertising.
I understand that, but now is not the time.
Yeah,
you know?
well,
Sorry.
Well, it's always the time. Yeah. They got to put, you got to have the best storm coverage.
Did you see him
keep
get
the
bonked?
Viewers.
Did you see Anderson Cooper get bonked in the head?
No.
I didn't see it. Let me see if I can find a little video of it here so we can see.
About 20 minutes or so from Siesta Key, where Hurricane Milton did come across.
There's Anderson Cooper. He's standing in the surf.
And so the storm surge coming over those barrier islands where Siesta Key is, and then into the Sarasota Bay, and then into downtown Sarasota is the concern.
He's like walking towards it.
To be about 9 to 13 feet. It's unclear at this point what we're going to see, but we won't.
I don't think they're going to play it anyway. Yeah, there you go. We didn't miss anything. He got bonked with a piece of siding. Plastic white siding.
Which it's hard nowadays to know. Like I was telling Daniel about, even there was a fake meme about Hurricane Nadine that was gonna come up the same.
Yeah, tell me about
that,
because I didn't see this.
Well, it was circulating the internet, social media. Everyone was like, "Oh, watch out! Here comes another one," and everybody was sharing it. It was just some fake storm track that someone put together and put it out there, And then it was
good thing we can share those things.
Then it was the pushback of people promoting that this was fake and don't believe it, So it was and then it was we're getting closer to the dead internet, where it's you just look at everything and you're like,
let's talk about that for a second. Now more than ever, I felt like I had less information during the storm because there's so much misinformation and so many jokes. There's so much, my feed is so clogged up, and this is my own doing, right? It's my algorithm, but I've clogged it up with nothing but laughter, nothing but jokes. So I don't get anything of value. I have nothing of value.
Well, you shouldn't look at your social media as any, having people share things.
Oh, Instagram, Twitter, all of it's all garbage. Yeah. So I would just go to the Wesh. I'd go to Wesh.
Or you just go to your radar on your phone and just look at it.
And see where the storm's at, right.
So Wednesday night, Crystal was like, I'm not going to drink tonight because I need to have I need to be sober in case we need to do anything.
Oh, I never think that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah.
So
I took my Josh Wolf mescaline mushroom pills, I put on noise-canceling Apple headphones, and I fell asleep. And I had crazy-ass dreams.
Around let's say 6 o'clock, I'm like, I pour myself a White Claw.
Yeah, you gotta have a little highball.
And then Crystal's like, it's a little early for that.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm just, having one to calm my nerves.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though I'm not nervous at all.
No.
I'm pretty calm. But I was like, I'm just having one. And then she's like, well, you better have, circulate a LaCroix, White Claw LaCroix, White Claw LaCroix.
Oh, my God. You got drinking rules?
Yeah. Well, she's like, well, I'm not going to drink. So say
who's going to hold the roof down?
And so I'm like, all right. So then I'm hiding drinking, I'm putting White Claw in the garage. I'm pouring myself a goddamn alcoholic.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, that is the best way to do it. You know why people do that? Because it works.
Yeah.
When you hide your alcohol, it absolutely works. Hide it. And people don't know.
Your loved ones don't bitch at you as much.
Yeah, they don't know. Yeah. It's an out of sight, out of mind type of deal.
I drink it on ice, so it just looks like ice water.
Sure.
And then she'll tell me, she's like, is that water? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, you do that move where she goes to, let me take a sip where you knock it over with your hand. Spilled it, sorry.
And then, and I'm draining my pool. I didn't get any flooding. The sandbags were for no reason.
And you were pumping all the water into the front?
I was I was pumping my pool water
into
out.
Your toilet like Seth Petrozelli?
No.
Okay.
I run the drain hose all the way to the storm drain. So, but I was doing that through, I did it 5 times, over prepared, you know. And so I'm doing that, and then I finish. Crystal falls asleep on the couch. The boys are it's 11:30, and then
now you can drink freely.
And then now I sit down on the couch. I fall asleep. So then I get shook it up at 1:30. And as Crystal's like, we gotta put the kids to bed. And when I open my eyes at 1:30, I guess drinking all from starting at 6 to about midnight, 6 hours. I put down a couple.
Yeah.
And by a
couple,
you didn't know where you were. 8.
Yeah. I do that. I drink myself dumb.
And then I took some back medication for some THC.
Yeah.
My
when
normal
you combine
sleeping.
it's when I combine the alcohol with the mescaline, with the mushrooms.
And when I got up,
beer.
When Crystal shook me awake to go pick the boys up from the couch to take them to the room, I was so inebriated. Now maybe if some real emergency would happen,
you snap out of it.
Like
I always do.
The adrenaline would kick in like Narcan, and I'd be like, oh,
yeah.
But I was like, man, I hope nothing because I
have no strength. I can barely lift this child.
Like I can't. I have no idea what's happening. I have no condition to do anything.
So when Maisie came into my room and she was gently moving my cheeks like this, gently moving my cheeks, and she goes, "Wake up, Daddy. You fell asleep before the storm got here." So I did. I passed out before I was having a couple Coors Lights, got into those mushroom pills. Next thing you know, those noise-canceling headphones are an amazing thing. They'll take you to a magical place. You put those things on, you can't hear nothing.
I can't sleep with something over the top of my ears.
Really?
Yeah.
It sounds like my dad. My dad couldn't sleep with a ceiling fan because it would blow the hairs on his legs.
Well, just
everybody's different.
When I'm sleeping with my head to the side, I don't want a damn...
I sleep like I'm in a coffin. I never move.
No, you sleep on your back?
I sleep on my back, and then I fold my hands across my body like a mummy.
Oh, yeah.
Like a mini Dracula. Yeah, I kind of sleep like on my back. You want to do a couple voicemails? We got a few.
Yeah. Oh, I do want to mention. I saw Jackal post this basically social media thing that the city of Castleberry put out.
Yes.
About not like reminding everybody they need a permit. If more than 2 panels of your fence fall down to like repair it.
Oh, so the first one's free? Is that what they're saying? 1 panel we're fine with.
And again, because...
You should be ashamed of yourselves, Castleberry.
Because everything's fake now, I look at and I'm like, that's just some troll meme they put out, so and I still don't even know.
I mean, I wouldn't do that. If they're really being serious, they put that out the day after the storm left. They're like, hey.
Well, that's what made me think it was fake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and
that's
then,
aggressive.
Now, who knows? Now he shared it. It was from the city of Castleberry. I have no idea. But I want to remind the city of Castleberry that no one's going to get a permit to fix 2 panels of their fence or any panels. Like, no one's going to get a permit for a fence. Maybe if you want to install a huge fence and there's some company that's doing it. But for the average homeowner... no one's doing that, which I didn't even think was a thing.
What was it from, like their Facebook or something like that?
It was on their Facebook. But it's like getting a permit to move an outlet inside your house. No one's doing
I've never done that.
Yeah, it's like I've never gotten a permit for anything. Like I know the roofing company had to, but I redid my entire house, gutted the entire inside, no permits. Cutting the floor up, it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, it's real. Damn, Castleberry.
And Jackal was pointing out, like, this is the time and place to make your post.
Let's see how people are handling this.
Looks poor. Yeah.
Let's go to the tape.
Yeah. By the way, this will make it less likely that people get permits.
Oh, yeah.
They'll not get one now just to spite you.
What if they did it on purpose? What if they did all these people are going to get no, nobody's going to get permits. No, I'm talking myself out of my stupidity.
I don't know. Some people are real rules followers, and they'll see this and they'll be like, "Oh, like I must, hopefully I don't want to get in trouble." I don't know.
Yeah. First
Who
comment.
thinks like that?
The first comment is less than 10% of people are getting a permit. A storm just hit. They're getting it done as soon as possible, not waiting to be approved and taxed again to fix it. Not a good look for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you have to wait over 30 days to get your permit. So you want us to apply for that now so we can repair our fence in 30 days? I think you all know what gesture I'm making with my finger right now.
This is like sending a mass email out to juggalos telling them that no outside alcohol is permitted at the gathering.
You're not allowed in.
They're not going to listen to you, Castleberry.
Yeah. Hey, no outside vapes. No outside vapes. You got to buy a vape inside.
Yeah.
The juggalos would kill us if we said that. People are just roasting this. I mean, most people are what they're doing is linking this to other news sites to get the news sites to talk about it because it's egregiously bad to do this.
It looks bad, and also
it's a bad look.
What about the politicians that want to
did a cool graphic for it though? They were able to do a cool graphic of a hammer crossed with a wrench, and it says building permits required for fence and home repairs. the tact that they do not have.
Is Tony Palmiotti working for the city of Casimir? I'm joking, Tony. He doesn't listen anyway. But yeah,
he does like that green. He'll get you. Look, you better pay your fund fee.
Don't these politicians want to get voted back into the office? Like, this seems like who approved this?
It says here, building permits are required to be obtained for any fence repairs. 2, and then they spell it out, and then they put it in parentheses, or more panels, and any home repairs due to the storm. You can apply for your building permits now online at castleberry.org/permitting. You must get a permit before starting your repairs. Who says? Who posted this? I think if you post things like this, you should have to sign it. Gary. You should have to sign it so I can talk to you.
Who do you think it is? Like, do they have some sort of social media? I bet all government does, right? There's some new position of social media person, like
is that what EJ does? Is he a governmental?
He numbers documents, putting 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's all he does, and I think he mops. But that's what like Bussecker did for the cops that time before. Like he was their social media person. So do they have a social media person for the city of Castleberry?
If they do, he's angry right now because I'll tell you, they did a post 17 hours ago talking about their citizen information line is no longer activated because obviously we're out of the storm. 2 comments. You go down a little bit more saying all parks will reopen on the 11th. 1 comment. All right. You get down to no garbage, recycling, and yard waste pickup. No comments. All right. You get down to the report storm damage. 1 comment. Then you get down to building permits required for fence and home repairs. 258 comments.
Now, does the social media person get happy because his whole job is engagement?
Social media is a sickness, so maybe he is. Maybe he's
like, that's his job.
He's like, look at my post. Look at my post with the
look how many comments I got.
Look, I got him. I got him good.
It's
so he's playing the role of Logan Paul.
Yeah. Well, that's what
any publicity is good.
That's what I think it's negative in this aspect, but technically that's what the social media person is supposed to do is to generate
just get eyes on it,
engagement, like comments, like
just eyes on it, man.
Getting comments will help build your social media following.
44 shares, that's a good job. You did good, little Castleberry social media man.
Yeah.
44 shares. Now I think the most we've ever gotten is about 12 to 18.
Now you probably got the politicians. Like they're gonna not be voted back in. Maybe I have no idea.
You ruined the city. You tore the city apart with your.
No, I have no idea. Like what? But it just makes everybody mad. And
bad sign. A lot of Steve Harvey memes in this thread. A lot of Steve Harvey memes.
Why Steve Harvey?
When his mustache goes up and he's like, "What? You said what?" You're saying what? It's a questioning Steve Harvey meme.
I'm surprised they didn't take it down because
why? Why would you take it down? That's the best thing this social media manager's ever done. This thing's getting real heat.
Because again, the actual politicians that run the government, they're like, this is going to hurt my votes because people are very mad. Like whoever the governor of Castleberry or whatever, the mayor of Castleberry, which I believe.
What a shame our city of Castleberry is reminding its taxpayers of permitting for repairs after a record storm just devastated our area. You should instead be spreading a message of compassion and reassuring the community that the city is here for them. In true government fashion, never let a crisis go to waste. I hope voters remember this in the future. I know I sure will. Yikes, that's a mad old person.
And I'll write this, but I don't even vote because it's easy to write this.
ChatGPT wrote this for me while I was deucing at Burger King.
Yeah. Like, I'll write this, but I'll forget about it. Anyway.
Oh, Lordy. You want to do a couple voicemails?
Let's do a couple
We got a couple. But we really do, to our main, the most of you guys out there, we are so happy that it didn't quite go as bad as we thought. And we know that plenty of you guys are out there did get hit. And again, if you need anything, hit the BDM page. We always try to help each other out in these times. I saw guys in there swapping generators and helping people out. I was trying to help out Sabrina get a generator. I mean, you just try to help your friends out. Let's check in with the historian here.
Hey, Tom and Dan. Just wanted to check in after the storm. I called in to see if anyone would pick up, but I hope you guys are recovering and doing well. Bye.
That made me a little sad because it almost sounded like he didn't have anybody with him during the storm. So, historian, we would like to talk to you today if possible, maybe on the Friday Free Show. something like that. Would be good to catch up and make sure that you are okay. Did you have any friends that were riding it out alone? You ever ridden out a storm alone?
No.
I did the other 2 storms.
I've never lived alone. So,
okay.
In my entire life.
Interesting.
So,
Neither has Andrea.
Yeah.
I did the other 2 storms because the girl I was dating during Charlie left me. And then so the other 2 storms I rode out alone. And it might be a hot take. Riding a storm out alone when you can do anything you want and choose to prepare, not prepare, stand out in the middle of it, it's better alone. It's easier alone.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You only have you're making one decision for you. I had a boarded up house. I was living in Deltona, 2 storms. I just sit in there, drink beer, smoke some cigarettes. No big deal. Nobody bitching at me. No problems. Not having to worry about a kiddo. Way easier.
I will say that usually in any sort of couple, there is a more free will, loosey-goosey one.
A fancy free?
A fancy free.
Footloose and fancy free, or loosey-goosey.
Yeah. Willing to take the gamble.
Yes.
And there's one that's more concerned and more overly precautious, and it's usually meet in the middle, right?
Yeah. Where do you think I lie? I think you know me pretty well where I lie on this.
Yeah. You're, don't care.
It's the don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't care.
And so, I would have done way less if Crystal had been there. Like,
I know.
again,
You told me that privately. I haven't told anybody that.
all this.
I have not shared that with
plan.
anybody. I didn't even share that with Maisie because
Yeah.
Maisie's like, is Mr. Tom preparing? I'm like, absolutely, baby.
Yeah.
100%.
I looked at it and I'm like, South doesn't do nothing.
I know.
I will say though, me and Crystal, and this is a bizarre phenomenon that happened in the middle of the night. By the way, it was
bad.
At 3 or 4 in the morning, I got up and I just looked out the window at my oak trees, and it was the strongest gusts I've ever seen in my house. It was 14 years.
It was testing our trees.
It was blowing
I said that on the
crazy.
BDM page. You're like, I got a gust when I was standing out on the balcony that I was like, I've never seen that before. It took the tree, the tree directly in front of my balcony. It just bent it and touched the road.
Yeah. No, so I was surprised, and the fact that we didn't lose power is insane. But anyway, me and Crystal heard the exact same thing. It sounded like a giant clay pot fell on a roof and shattered.
Yeah.
We heard the glass, and I was like, what was that? And at first I was like, oh, it's my greenhouse and my pots or whatever.
Like a bull in a china shop.
Next day, searched, found nothing. No evidence of any glass breaking. No, nothing. No. And I was like, what was the noise?
Oh, my God.
I have no idea. Ghost pot.
Okay.
So
the movie Ghost. They made pots. It was Whoopi Goldberg. It was the ghost of Whoopi Goldberg from the movie Ghost. She's not dead, is she, Whoopi?
No.
Okay, yeah.
Fighting with Trump.
Oh, is she? Yeah, always. He was good on Flagrant. I don't know if you saw him on there when he said he was basically a truthful person, and then everybody laughed.
But I made my sons clean up the next day, which they
loved it.
No, I mean, of course,
you told me about sandbags. You said sandbags went horrible. So how did cleanup do?
It was. I mean,
cleanup is easier than sandbags.
Not mine. There were my oak trees and the trees around. Like, I have a ton of trees. It dropped. I mean, I did 25 bags, a giant garbage bag. It took me. I started, 8 in the morning, finished at dusk.
Chat room wants to know if you got anybody in your area that has clay shingles. Could have been one of those.
No clay shingles.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, this is Castleberry. It's not Coconut Grove.
By the way, if I were a cowboy, a good name for me would be Clay Shingles.
Yeah.
That sounds like a cowboy name.
We run flat gravel or the standard shingle.
Let's do this one right here.
Yo, BDM Neil here. Just taking a walk on a break from work. And do you, Daniel, your Tesla, do you charge it to like 100% all the time? Because I heard Musk talking about how his recommended charging is like around 80%, like getting it up to like 80, 85%, and then just leaving it and not like completely draining it, like charging it at like 10%, but then only going to like 80 to keep the battery like life the best or something like that. I was just wondering, what do you do with your Tesla? Love y'all. Peace.
Yeah, all my relatives from up into the Virginia and Carolinas all thought that my car was going to set our house on fire. Because of so much bad press about, I guess, Teslas
when it
being
floods, it
left
sets on
in
fire.
Yeah, well, when they're left in salt water, I guess, for an extended period of time, they can catch fire. It's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
But like a ton of text messages about like where are you putting your car? It's gonna catch fire. Like I got a lot of that. If you ever
do they know where you live?
No, they know nothing. They don't understand.
Like I was least concerned for Daniel and his family.
I was least concerned for my family. Yeah. I mean that's why I was asking other
nothing
people.
Will
like,
happen
hey,
here in Baldwin.
You want to come over and hang out in Andrea's office? But yeah, you charge it up to. It's different for the rear wheel drive Teslas. If you have a rear wheel drive, I believe you have a different type of battery. And in order to optimize it, you could charge that battery up to, I guess, 100% once a week. And then the rest of the time, you want to keep it around 80%. So I charge mine to right at 80% every night.
Yeah, listen, anybody wondering if Daniel does what is suggested by the
I'm a suggestion,
by the actual manufacturer, he does everything suggested.
And even if they change it, they'll come back later and be like, hey, we changed this. I'm like, thank you, good to know. Good to know.
Ask me if I don't do what's recommended because the answer is yes. In fact, don't even ask the question. Just assume I'm doing whatever I want, whatever I think is right, and Daniel's doing protocol. That's how the show works. It's always worked that way.
It's a balance, man. It's a goddamn balance.
Yeah.
It's the yin yang, right?
Yeah. Like,
it really is how it works out.
Yeah. I'm doing whatever I think is right, which, it most likely isn't. Anyway.
But Tracy Claus in our Twitch chat room, and then we got to get out of here. She says, my aunt posted that she hoped EV cars would die on the road while evacuating and said that they deserve it. I like that. I like the anger of that lady. Yeah, I like the anger of that lady.
I'm mad that they decided to not use gas anymore. I was like, what?
Why? Sir, I hope you die. I like that. That made me laugh. That's funny. I wanted to say it through my face. I hope you and your family are stranded and die during the hurricane because of your stupid EV vehicle.
I want others to use gas like me. Who cares?
Tracy, text her and tell her thank you. That's like the funniest thing I've laughed at all week. Is there anything we need to tell everybody going into the weekend? Anything to plug?
Well,
if you're a BDM, we do have an event coming up.
Yeah, we've got a BDM event coming up October 19th. Which is next Saturday. It's getting fast. So next Saturday is kind of an Oktoberfest event for BDMs only.
It's going to be fun to see you guys, especially after something like this.
So. You have to be a BDM. We sent a mass invite out to all BDMs. If you didn't get the invite, check to make sure you are a current BDM.
Yeah, you can also email me, and I've had a few people do this, show@tomanddan.com. If you shoot me an email, I can get you squared away and explain everything to you if you're concerned about it. We got a lot of, it seems like we got a lot of first-timers that'll be making this event their first. Well, it makes sense. It's Holobox, so
don't say a word.
Sorry.
But, no.
If you're not a BDM, you can't get up there.
It's a great venue. Yeah. But anyway, so you can sign up at tomanddan.com.
Yep.
And we've got some more stories on the Friday Free Show. Yes. So you can listen to that at our app, search Mediocre app, or subscribe to the Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan podcast.
Yeah.
That's our uncensored podcast we've been doing for damn near 15 years coming up.
That's another thing the hurricane did is you get a lot of real radio listeners that are like, oh, so this is what you've been doing for the last 10 years. Yeah, we're still here.
Yeah.
I usually just go 10 because it's just like close enough.
2025 is 16 years.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's coming up on 20 after,
Yeah. So that's when we're ending it. Yeah.
That may be.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna end it.
At least the name, I think, A Mediocre Time. Like I think we do 20 years of that, and never change the format.
No, never change the format.
3 commercial,
but we're using the real name Coochie Cutters. We're going back to Coochie Cutters,
and so I think just getting to that 20 years, I think is important.
We have to do it.
Anyway, so we'll see you guys on the other shows.
Oh, be safe cleaning up, y'all. Don't do anything you don't need to do. All right.
Yeah. Good luck with it.
Yep. We'll see you Monday.